I just saw douchebags owning muscle cars. As HERWHEELS, I think I was also recognized by the dealerships and companies, and that's how they found me. So how I do reviews is primarily because they found me on Instagram as HERWHEELS. So they understood that, all right, the girl can talk, she knows about cars, let's bring her up. So we did a couple of trial runs and everything. The reviews did very, very well. All of them are on YouTube, so that's pretty much how I was contributing, I would say, to it, I guess. But other than that, I think it was something that I wanted to do as my brand. So, yeah, Anna's Anna, but then, you know, when we're taking it one step forward, so I have a brand to represent. So that's pretty much what HERWHEELS stands for. So, and I do try to look at a lot of empowerment in regards to girls doing this, because then again, you barely see them do it, and if they try, it's not very simple. I know I myself get a lot of trash for it and a lot of hate for it. I said, I'm not looking at a commercial growth. I'm not looking at like, hey, hook me up and, you know, have me come here, pay me, and I will do this. If you do that, then again, you're putting your brand in as a commercial thing, and then people just don't like you. And I'm not saying I'm doing what I'm doing to be liked. I do my thing, you like me or not, that's on your, you know, I'm gonna leave that to you. But I'm not gonna be doing things that others do so you like me, and I'm not going to try to impress you just because to be liked, because I think then things just become cringy. You're just trying to impress somebody else. Now here's the problem when you do that: not everyone's the same. So you're trying to impress A, you can't impress B, you can't impress C. If you try to impress B, you're not impressing A and C, you know what I mean? So the minute you get into yes, entertainment is one thing. It's important to understand your audience. What do they want to see? Absolutely. But now when you're trying to impress everyone and you're not dealing with negativity, right? That's what makes you, you know, lose your position there. I've learned a lot more. I understand every brand better. So it's something, again, which I wouldn't do before. I was always just stuck on Mercedes. So now I understand exactly what BMW does, exactly what Audi. So I understand what is the differences between car companies, what they have to offer. And we're not, I mean, when we talk about cars, yes, we talk about classics. We talk about what came in between, and we talk about what's new. And the market's ever evolving, and I mean, they have to make money, so it's people like me who actually deliver this message that, you know what, this is what the car has to offer, etc. So I don't think 18-year-old me could say that at all. It's the me today, 26-year-old Anna, who knows better as to what the car offers. Is it a good buy? Is it a valuable purchase, etc.? Because I'm talking in regards to purchasing, but just overall, I mean, it's all about knowledge, right? So it's about knowledge and experience. You experience cars better. Back then it was my Honda. Today it's something different. Every fortnight I drive another car. Back then I was stuck with one. So you just learn so much more and you just experience so much more. And I think that's what builds you as a person. I was driving the Ford's 2019 Mustang, and it was bright yellow. Like, just caught attention. I was driving on Beach Road. It's on my way home. So there I am going on to race exhaust. So the car has an option of getting your exhaust modes. So race exhaust, driving on my manual, so switching gears as I please, just making it pop, 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 pop. So it was literally popcorn. And there was a Challenger beside me, and you know how it is in Jumeirah. They see a girl driving, they're like, yo, what's up? You know, it's just stuff like that. So we're driving side by side. He's doing his pops, I'm doing my pops. He's doing his pops, I'm doing my pops. And eventually there is a cop behind us, and he's like, both of y'all, get aside. And I'm like, this is not my car. It is a media car, and I cannot afford to get a fine on it. I've gotten fined on media cars, and you need to clear them ASAP. So I was like, I can't even take my own sweet time to do this fine. So the car had, again, the options of setting your exhaust modes. So from race, immediately I put it onto quiet. So from the time the cop got off and came to me, and I revved, and all I had to say was, Wakala. And so I was like, it's Wakala. I showed him the Mulkia. It said Ford Middle East. He was like, oh, so it's not you, it's him. I was like, yeah, it's the Challenger. And that guy got it. And he was like, go, I'm so sorry I stopped you. I'm like, I'm so sorry I made you stop me. Like, I'm sorry if this came out like as something else. And he's like, oh, because, I mean, the exhaust just shuts down. It just sounds like a regular 4-cylinder. from like a friggin' 5.0. So yeah, that was a savior. And I mean, I don't choose to fall in trouble. I think that's really silly. You shouldn't, even though you're trying to have fun, just do it in a way that you're not getting into trouble and not, you know, paying fines in thousands. But it was something very silly and very cute, and I remember it because I got my way out of it. I wouldn't want to get a fine for noisy vehicle in Jumeirah. So yeah, that's probably the only one. I wouldn't get any of the new JDM cars, which is again not in par. If you're looking at JDM, I would come to things like what you own, and you own the right kind of JDMs. And it's not easy to own these cars. It's hard, and with JDM, if not that, people go into, I mean, look at the UAE market. What is it, Vitix? And what, F-Sitash? Your Lexus 430? I mean, that's it. That's all that people know. But there's so much more to it, and that's when the car community comes in because they expose you to so much. The 86, for instance, people go like, oh, JDM. I'm just like, buddy, no. I'm sorry. It's not something. I don't respect that car. I mean, I respect the fact that you have it, but if you're in front of me, I will make you move. If you're behind me, I will not move. That's my concept of how I rank a car. When I grew up, I just saw douchebags owning muscle cars. So as much as I loved the Mustang, I'm talking about, what, 2002, that Mustang. I mean, back then, and I'd look at these cars, but then I'd look at the drivers in it and I'd be like, ew. Like, it was Chamak represent. All that was missing was like, I was surprised. I was like, why are you in a Mustang and not in a Lexus? You know what I mean? So it was very cringy. Like, everyone I knew who owns it. Then I went into university. The Camaro, they butchered it. I dislike that car. The Mustang, butchered again. What was left was the Chargers and the Challengers. Now, if it comes, oh, and the 300C. I love the 300C. Given the option, I would love to own that, but I think the German, you know, tops it, so therefore I would pick German. So given a choice, if I really could own an American car, it would be the 300C SRT8 or the 2010 Grand Cherokee SRT8. So these are beautiful cars, absolutely. Like, they're beautifully done. And the way they've progressed and they cater to that audience, it's beautiful. I know Mercedes is making a bunch of silly cars as well, but I mean, again, you have a market to cater to. You have a consumer to buy that car. But for me, it would be the 2014 CLS or the 2012 C63 German.